let's look at something political. And there's been this war between the Rutos. They share the name, and it's now being called the Rift in the Valley. Now the question is, as journalists, do we over-politicize issues to a point where we make the country sound like we love politics? Let's take an example of Kajiado by-elections. It was really for the people of Kajiado, but we concentrated so much on that. Are Kenyans really that politically inclined, or do we make it sound like they are? Do they really care? Clay?
You know very well, I am not I hate all politicians. I'm free of any prejudice. I hate all politicians equally.
I'd use the word dislike
rather than hate. I think what is happening is that I don't know whether it's because of what we've been weaned on, but sometimes I also find it a bit hard to understand. We rarely talk about, like, and if I wish Gadara were here, probably I would have agreed with him, is that we never actually raise the issues at hand, like in a place like Kajiado,
Kajiado.
Yeah. What were the issues, you know? We were just like, this is a fight between Mr. Kenyatta, Mr. Odinga, Mr. Root and all that. And I don't follow a lot of politics that keenly, and that's why also I have my respect for the so-called political analyst is not so very much. But this Ruto thing, probably it's being blown out of proportion. Sometimes I think we give these people too much credit. They're not as bright as we take them to be. I think sometimes we give them too much credit. Yeah.
In terms of coverage, is it that it is the public that wants this politics, and that's why it's constantly on our front pages and our headlines on all of these things? You'll see so much analysis go into it.
We keep on saying that.
Or is it the media that is, you know, pushing this agenda and forcing it down the throat?
We keep on saying that's what the public wants, but the public never told us go and cover the racism in Chinese one, but it's still on the front page. Actually, it got a lot of coverage. I think on social media it's still trending at 1, 2, 3.
Okay, let's hear from Sarah.
Yeah. I don't know whether that is what the public would actually want. I think media houses have covered much more politics because it's good for business. You know,
it's good for business because that's what the public wants, because they buy, then they wouldn't buy, would change tack, wouldn't they?
Well, you know, you have set the agenda. You know, you have more or less influenced, you know, a public perception with regards to what is important. You know, and when you bring certain issues to the fore with the same kind of rigor that, you know, you do politics, then you're likely to sway that opinion. And that's the power of the media in terms of determining what kind of conversations are taking place outside there. So even with the Kajiado, you know, by-election, which was not just a Kajiado affair, you know, it concerned everybody. There were certain issues, fundamental questions that people wanted answered, and, you know, the rest of the country was looking at this by-election, you know, more or less as the direction that the political you know, the political climate in the country is likely to take. I think, you know, with the Ruto versus Ruto, you know, wrangles, I think we have given them too much airplay. We've given them too much space. There are more issues that you know, that concern you know, society that needs to be brought to bear. You know, the whole of last week, I think towards the end of last week, there was this whole story about cancer patients not getting you know, treatment because the equipment has, you know, broken down. That is important. You know, that is information that people need to know.
The graft diaries also.
Yeah, you know, so the graft diaries.
Yeah, which we need to begin and
yeah, you know, those are things that people need to know. The wrangles between two people, you know, I know they are prominent people, you know, taking center stage. I think for me, we have given them too much credit and moved away from issues that, you know, the public out there is concerned about. So that for the person out there who cannot afford cancer treatment in a private hospital, the equipment, you know, not working is a big concern for them, you know. And that is what everybody wants to hear about.
But in all fairness, that story did receive the prominence in terms of the cancer.
It did.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that.
Back to back, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that when we keep on saying that this is what the public wants, that the public wants, our readers want politics and all that, that's probably where we go wrong, because when we gave the cancer story, and actually everybody, I don't think that the newspaper sales dipped because of the cancer story. I mean, these issues that we bring about, and the reception and the response actually is just as good. You see, or probably even better.
Even better.
When you tell people about some, I don't know where they come from, the same village or something like that. When two people with the same name are fighting, probably even over something back at home. When we call it politics, we call it national politics. So sometimes, yes, it's a delicate balance, but I think as Nancy says, we can shape public opinion by doing more stories, issue-based stories, you know. We put them out there, people will respond to them. I mean, I don't think that actually people got mad the day, oh, now where is the politics? Why did they tell me about cancer? I mean, the response, these are things that actually affect so many people.
And I think also to give credit, really, out of that debate, we saw a machine that had been lying in KRA for over a month, just for 1.2 million, being removed. We also saw now the machines are working. So really, on a positive note, when we cover some of the stories that matter, action is taken.
That's the difference, you know, when you cover stories that matter, that concern people, and there is response from the institutions that are concerned, and the issues are resolved because they have been covered, you know, I think that is what should make journalists happy when you go to bed.
You sleep better.
You sleep better because, you know, you're now sure that somebody somewhere is going to get this treatment that, you know, their life actually depends on, as compared to, you know, the wrangles and, you know, the comments from, you know, two opposing sides, which at the end of the day,
will probably in the evening they probably meet at the same club, you know,
and have a cup of
coffee, spend that 1.2 million which you did not raise.
Let's talk